Hello! Welcome back to my kitchen. We have new tips, new recipes, and new hints for today. We all suffer from emotional eatings whenever we're stressed out, whenever things are changing around us. What is the best thing to do when we are eating just out of emotions? Whenever you're craving for something, I'm gonna ask you to sit down, take a sheet of paper, and write 5 things. 5 people you can call when you usually feel down. Write their names. 5 ways you can use to actually relax. Maybe a massage from your mom, a massage given by your husband, and then 5 places you can go to in your house where you can feel the most at ease. For some people, it's going under the table. This reminds us of our childhood. We used to sit under the table. For me, it's being in the kitchen. This makes me feel so relaxed. 5 things you can say to yourself. What can you tell yourself today? You're beautiful, you're smart, you're productive, you're not productive, anything that comes to your mind. And then finally, we have 5 activities we need to write down, activities that will make us feel as well entertained, distracted. For example, a puzzle or playing cards. 5 things we can do. While writing these activities, you will realize that you were not that hungry. Why did you then decide to go to the kitchen? Because of your emotions? If your body is telling you to ask yourself, because you're not initially hungry, so please just sit, ask yourself, and listen properly to what your body needs. Don't embark yourself on this emotional eating journey during this confinement. Food can be a source of comfort and connection during those turbulent times, but your health and relation will be stronger if you reach for your phone and call a friend instead of reaching for a bag of chips. I have a trick for you. If you're craving for chips, which happens every now and then, you can occasionally give yourself this treat. But there's a trick to do before eating chips. Two to 3 glasses of water, and then you reach out for this bag of chips, and what eventually happens? The only amount you could eat is 10 to 15 crisps, not more, because water would have already filled a lot of space in your stomach. And in this way, you will be controlling your caloric intake. Today's menu is very interesting. I will be covering different tastes and flavors, beginning with breakfast that's going to be focused on eggs. I highlight and recommend consuming eggs 2 or 3 times per week. Definitely, if we suffer from high cholesterol levels in our bloodstream, we should be careful and reduce this intake to 2 eggs per week. What I recommend here in the first recipe is using egg whites. However, we could be using 2 whole eggs and blending in more egg whites to increase the protein content of this omelette. Egg whites contain only proteins, egg yolks contain all the fat, cholesterol, and all the essential substances, vitamins and minerals found in eggs as well. I will be blending my egg whites with boiled chickpeas mixed with some turmeric, cumin, incorporating some cherry tomatoes in addition to yellow peppers. Another alternative to those who dislike omelets, you could actually be consuming those egg boats. You could be only eating egg whites and filling the space of yolks with a mixture of Lebne or Greek yogurt mixed with cheeses such as feta, thyme, dill, drizzles of olive oil. It's really very tasty and extremely satiating. When it comes to kids, many would not want to have this breakfast, so they would request eating something else. What else than cereals and milk? I actually found a very interesting trick that I often use with my nephew, who is a big fussy eater. I usually blend in his cereal bowl fruits that have been cooked with cinnamon or diced fruits. In that case today, I prepared an apple that has been cooked with cinnamon in this bowl. And what I'll be doing is covering those apples with Cheerios cereals. Our main course for the day is Kushari. Many of you love eating this comfort food dish that's in reality loaded in carbohydrates, because we have the rice, first of all, that's loaded in carbohydrates. Secondly, in the pulses used, whether it be chickpeas or lentils, we also have a certain amount of carbohydrates. And finally, with the pasta that we add on top of all of those, pasta is also loaded in carbohydrates. This is why I decided to suggest a sort of healthier version that's not going to be the typical kushari. First one would be using brown rice or wild rice instead of using white rice, because it's going to be richer in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. And in the second version, I will be using cauliflower rice that's going to be loaded in fiber and would not contain carbohydrates and would have less calories. To prepare the cauliflower rice, you just need to place the florets in a food processor, blend them until you get a granular texture, and then boil it in water. Once it boils, you transfer it to a bowl and you add to it some olive oil and chopped coriander.
ولما نداني حبي الأولاني سبت كله وجيت وفي حضنه اترميت وغنيت سلمى يا سلامة سلمى يا سلامة رحنا وجينا بالسلامة في الدنيا الكبيرة وبلادها الكتيرة لفيت ولما نداني حبي الأولاني سبت كله وجيت وفي حضنه اترميت وغنيت سلامة يا سلامة رحنا وجينا بالسلامة سلامة يا سلامة رحنا وجينا بالسلامة في شجرة جوا جنين عليها علامة أنا ياما كنت بفكر فيها وبسأل ياما يا ترى موجودة وقلبي محفوظ فيها أيوة موجودة وقلبي محفوظ فيها سلامة يا سلامة وبلادها الكتيرة لفيت ولما نداني حبي الأولاني سبت كله وجيت وفي حضنه اترميت وغنيت سلامة يا سلامة رحنا وجينا بالسلامة سلامة يا سلامة رحنا وجينا بالسلامة سلامة يا سلامة رحنا وجينا بالسلامة رحنا وجينا بالسلامة سلامة يا سلامة رحنا وجينا بالسلامة.
And this is my healthier version of kushari. It's a bit different, it's way different. You can still reproduce the same kushari recipe you have and you've been reproducing, but use healthier alternatives. Instead of using white rice, use brown rice or wild rice, and instead of using white flour pasta, you could be using whole wheat pasta to add an additional layer of fiber to your recipe. As an afternoon snack, I have a very healthy, delicious vegetable for you, that is kohlrabi. Kohlrabi is very low in calories. Imagine that this kohlrabi has only around 27 calories. So you can just add black pepper, salt, lemon juice, and enjoy it as is. And what I prepared here is a mixture of labneh or Greek yogurt, in case you don't have labneh, mixed with 2 tablespoons of OptiFast vegetable soup that is loaded in proteins, vitamins, and minerals. And when you pair kohlrabi with this dip, you get a very succulent and satiating afternoon snack. If you feel like eating a sweet snack, homemade cookies that are very healthy and very delicious. Everyone's gonna love them at home. I promise you, and I guarantee you this. All you need to do is take 1¼ cup of oats, mix it with 1/3 cup of oats flour, then add to it 120 milliliters of olive oil, 1 egg, and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Mix them all together, and then in a tray, start by placing teaspoons of this mixture, spread them a bit to shape cookies, and bake them in the oven for 15 minutes, 180 degrees. You'll get the most succulent cookies you can ever try at home, and you can pair them with a fruit yogurt as an afternoon snack. Always remember to drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water every day. And if you dislike the taste of water, remember to always try mixing water with fruits you like, with the herbs you like, to change the taste and flavor of water. Today what I prepared here is a mixture of water with ginger, strawberries, and mint leaves. Our dinner for tonight is going to be spinach burrito. The main idea behind using spinach leaves is to reduce the calorie content of the recipe and substitute carbs that we usually find in the dough with something that's going to be loaded in antioxidants, fiber, vitamins, and minerals. All we have to do is simply take the spinach leaves and add to those spinach leaves cauliflower rice that we have previously prepared, and that's going to be our healthy substitute to rice. We can now top it with a slice of avocado, cooked red beans, and some Mexican salsa that's made of chopped tomatoes, onions, red peppers, green peppers, and tomato sauce. Mixed all together, we roll it and we enjoy eating it for dinner tonight. I hope that you enjoyed today's recipes, and I'll be expecting to see you applying them at home, sharing them with your loved ones. Please stay safe. Don't forget to go to iLearn to check all the videos that have been prepared for you. And don't forget to check more recipes on my blog, my Instagram and Facebook page, Eat Like Nicole.